Hey guys, and welcome to episode 18 of Serganan's Season 1 Feed the Beast. I am floating up here because I don't want to show you just yet. Let's look at this. I went ahead and finished off the tower here. As you can see, there's no more little blue lights. It's all these here, the Nitor. I went ahead and filled this in with Nitor as well, and then put ebony fence around it, so that way it looks really cool, especially at night. I'll show you guys at night. I went ahead and made some black stained glass, as you can see here, and put it in the front of each room. I went ahead and did some cleaning up in here and some decorating. I went ahead and made a printing press. The reason that I needed to make that is for all of these books that I had to copy. So I went ahead and did that. These are the books that I'm actively using, and then here is my Thaumonomicon. As you can see, I have done some more research. I haven't done everything just yet, but we're getting there. I did obviously have my research table here. I went ahead and put a couple decorations around, made myself another Thaumonomicon, found a knowledge fragment. So I figured this would be a good place for it, right? Here is a suit of the robes. What is that called? Actually, I could probably just go to my Thaumonomicon here. They are called Thaumaturge's robes. Now what they do is they basically make it so you don't use as much vis. It also, they are enchantable, like you would say gold armor, but it only gives you the protection of leather. On the second floor here, I went ahead and turned it into more like an alchemy studio. I went ahead and made the armor as well. And I went ahead and put a couple of crucibles in here, along with I moved the infinite water source. Again, I went ahead and put the black stained glass here. It's really, really cool. Basically, each room has a purpose. And up here, again, I went ahead and put in the window. I put these shelves up here, and I'll show you guys why I have these shelves later. And then these marker blocks. I'll show you that a little bit later when I get into a little more research, and it'll tie into why I have so many crucibles. Okay, so that's our magic base, or our magic tower. Let's look at it at night. It looks really, really cool at night, just because the whole little island is lit up. Okay, I went ahead and replaced my door. Put down some pressure plates, one on the outside. I went ahead and added some windows. I think it makes it look a lot nicer, more spacious. I did go ahead and move this wall out just a little bit, probably 3-4 blocks. I went ahead and made a carpenter as well. I needed it for, I think I needed it for my farm. Let me go ahead and sleep through this night, and then we'll go look at the farm. Okay, here we're getting a lot of wood. We're getting way more wood with the rail cart tree farm than we ever did with that farm as a tree farm. So basically what I did was I repurposed this farm. So now, if you look here, it's growing wheat on 3 sides, and it's growing netherwort on 1. And I just have it set up so that it exports soul sand and dirt, and then netherwort and seeds. The seeds come come in handy with Thaumcraft especially. So I've just been letting that go. The nether wart, for alchemy and things like that. And what I'd like to do today is, I keep on getting caught up by this door, right? I run in, I run out, I have flight. Why do I keep on using the door? So I'd like to do something really cool. What I'd like to do is I would like to play around with the drawbridge. So let's go ahead and make a couple. And we're going to need some dispensers. And of course, 4 dispensers we're going to need. Oh, that's a dropper. You can't use droppers. 4 dispensers, we're going to need bows. Four, 5, 6. Let's go ahead and make a few more, and we can tell it to make sticks. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. Okay, so that's all we need. It's actually 23, for anybody that might have been counting, including myself. So we have those. Now we can make the dispensers. 23. And now, we can make the drawbridges. 23. It's a magic number, right? There's a reason. So, why do I have more blank cast? I thought I didn't have any extras. Well, let's go ahead and figure out what else we need. We're going to need some of the, not those stone bricks, the bleached stone bricks, which are here. So we need some of these. We're also going to need some of that clear glass. So let's go ahead and grab some regular glass, and I'll go downstairs and show you what I've been doing down here. Not a lot's changed. I did go ahead and boost this up one so that I could do more at a time. I also put another spout here. And I keep an extra tank. Or, not the tank, the basin. I keep an extra, I probably should just put it in a chest down here. But I keep this so that way I can do 3 blocks at a time. I don't think I can put this, I could just set it down and then when I need it, switch it. So I'll let that go. Back here, not a lot has changed. It's the farm. Same thing with the power room. I did go ahead and make some more 64K storage disks, so that way we have more storage space. And then back here, basically the same thing, minus the fact that I had to go a little bit farther with this for the lasers. So let me go ahead and get everything together that I'm going to need, the glass included, and then I will meet you guys on the roof. Okay, we're just cleaning this up, and a couple of you guys probably know what I'm doing, and a couple of you are probably like, sir, why are you ripping your roof off? And I'm going to show you. Anybody that's familiar with the drawbridge, what it does, let me just finish cleaning up all this stuff here. Okay, that should be everything. One more. Let me get some levers, and I'll show you what this thing does. Don't need all of them, but that's okay. Oh, a little bit of lag. So what we want to do is we want to put these along this wall here, and along the other wall as well. I also want to put one right. I'm going to put one right here, and then we'll put them along this wall. looks like I didn't make enough. I thought I did. So I need 4 more. Let me go ahead and make those, and I'll be right back. I know what happened. I didn't miscalculate. There's a couple that I did not want to put drawbridges in. And that's this one here. I think I'm gonna have to port this world over to a server because it's starting to get quite laggy for my computer, and if I can put it over on a server, then the only thing that I have to worry about is the graphics here on my computer side. And last one to remove. And you'll see why I'm putting these here. And 3. So 1, 2, 3. So I did have just enough. So what we want to do is we want to camouflage these. That's one cool thing about the drawbridge. So we want to camouflage them as the bricks. And you can do this for with any block. We can camouflage them as the clear glass. Oh, maybe not. Okay, I thought it could be any block. Maybe it can't be like glass and things like that because I don't think it can camouflage itself to be clear. So I'm going to finish filling these up, and I'll show you how we're going to put it all together. Okay, guys, and now you can see my roof is back. Now, let me show you how this works. Each one of these here is a drawbridge. I have it camouflaged as the bone block, bone brick. And then I have different materials put into different ones. And so what will happen is when they have a redstone signal, they'll start putting their blocks out. And so that's what I have here. If I remove this here, you guys can see that my roof is now retracting. Okay. Now obviously I don't want to get up here and flip a bunch of levers every time that I want to fly out of my roof. So let's figure out a way that we can put this all together really easily. And that's really cool. I went and moved the lights so none of them are in the center there. So now I'll be able to just hit something and fly out. So let's go ahead, and what we're going to need is some red net cabling. Because we need something to push out the redstone signal. So we need some red net cabling. And I'm not sure if I have any. Well, you know what? Now's a good time to teach my system how to craft the plastic sheets. I don't think I have raw plastic in there. Did I? Nether quartz? Nope, doesn't look like it. So let's see if we have rubber. We do have a little bit. That should be plenty for what we want right this second. Now I do know how to craft rubber, so I'll just tell it to go ahead and just craft all of that I have. Sleep through the night. And a rubber farm is something that I have been thinking about. Maybe something we're due next episode, because I'd like to get into a little bit more Mine Factory Reloaded. And a lot of that takes rubber to make the plastic. Okay, so now what we can do is tell it here, one rubber cooks up into one plastic. Okay. So now we can tell it 4 plastic equals 4 plastic sheets. And then we can tell it the plastic sheets plus redstone equals red net cable. So now what we should be able to do, we want this one to go in here, and I want the red net cable to go in here. The one for the plastic is going to go downstairs because it has to get smelted. And remember, we have this ME interface, and I also have this other one behind the wall here. Because I used that Thaumcraft block that made it so that you had more than 6 sides. So let's see if we should be able to now request some red net cabling. Unless I already have some. And I do already have some. Need a lot more than that. So let's request more. So let's say 30 more. We can see that right now it's crafting the raw plastic and then crafting the plastic sheets. So we'll give that a minute. Now, unfortunately, this doesn't look nice, and so we're gonna take this away. But unfortunately, there's only 2 ways to run the red net cable because it doesn't take facades. I really wish all cables and pipes and tubes and things like the redstone conduit. If that took facades, that would be really nice too. Maybe it's something that they might put in the future. I know Applied Energistics made it so that that it's compatible. So that's at least really cool. So let's clean this up, and then by the time we're done with this, our cables should be done. There we go. So now what we need to do is take our red net cable, and we need to go ahead and run it down this way. Let's see if we have the rest of it. 32. We might have to make more. I keep forgetting that I do have a hole in my roof. Let's go ahead and start down here. Unfortunately, this isn't going to look the greatest from the outside because we can't use facades, but it will look really nice from the inside. So that's kind of the sacrifice that you have to make. Okay, so I want all of those on white except for this one. I want this one on orange. And there's a reason why, and I'll show you. Okay, one last thing that I want to do is I want to hook this up. Oh, I have you right here. These are those little monster blocks. Remember, I found them a couple episodes back. And I need to move them. So I'm just going to leave them right here. I still have no idea what I'm going to do with them, if anything. But it's still just kind of cool. To know that they are monster blocks and have them there. So I want here. And I'm not sure why it interacts with the bleached bone the way that it does, but okay, here's one problem that I did find with this cable. It only works with the actual wrench. It won't work with the power fist with the wrench add-on. And why are you not? Okay, there we go. So I just want these to be cable only. Okay, this one I'd want force connection. And then this one here goes out. This one can be cable only. Cable only. Cable only. And we'll just go ahead and clean these up here. Now these we all want to connect. Okay. So now what we should be able to do, and the reason that I put it over here is because Right now there's a current bug where if you put levers directly on the cable, it will cause your game to crash. Now this is outputting everything but remember I changed that to orange. So I very easily could have it. I very easily could have it to where it just goes like this. Let me cycle this back to white. And then I have to use the door. So I could make it so that, you know, I flip the lever, it opens up, and I can fly out, right? And then I come back, and I can fly in, and I can just shut it, right? But what if, just what if, a slime spawns on top of my roof? I've seen it in other episodes. What happens if a spider comes over here and climbs up on my roof, and then he gets in? Right? So now I have mobs inside my house. So I don't want that. So what I want is a RedNet controller, a programmable RedNet controller. We're going to need some more plastic sheets, which are right here. I'm just going to go ahead and do 20. And I should have plenty of resin. I have been collecting it, but like I said, I do want a farm going forward. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we can make this. There's the controller. And there we go. And this is just the controller housing. You actually do have to make that. So now's the fun part. Let's go ahead and put this right here. And now we don't want these in cable only, because we do want them to connect to the controller. So at least these we want to be normal. So now we can program the controller. Actually, before I get into that, I think what I want to do is I have 2 pressure plates and I want to put them here. Okay, and I went ahead and set you know, an extra cable here and set these to purple. So there's a reason for that. What I want to do is I want to first start out with a OR gate, right? So I want it to tell it down from the bottom of the block. That's up, back, front, left, and right. And this is the front, right here. The side you can see in. So that's the right, that's the left. You know, forward is front, and then I guess this would be the back if you're looking at it that way. Down and then up. So what I want is down white, which is the button. Down white, or right, because this is an or purple from up. So if we have either one of those, what we want to do is we want to output as a variable 3. And the reason that we want to do this is because we want to pass this to another function. So we go to the next page, right? And so what we want to do is we want to do a pulse lengthener, because remember these are buttons and pressure plates. So we want it to say if you get variable 3 come in, you want to lengthen it by a constant. In this case, we want to do it by 150. We could even do 200. It's not a big deal how long we actually do. I just like how long 150, we'll do 175. I like how long that is. So now, we get this, we want it to pass this out as a another variable. So we want this to pass out as variable 4. And the reason is because we're not done with this. So now, we need to do a not equals. Okay, so what we say is if variable 4 does not equal variable 0, which I believe is the way that works is either 0 or 1 is on. And we might actually have to do this as a constant 1. I think that means a redstone signal. So if we do not receive a redstone signal, this is a NOT gate, then we want to pass that out to variable 2. Okay, I know it's a little confusing with the variables. The reason that we want to pass it out to, so now, from the very start, we have an OR gate. Next, we have a delay, or a lengthener, right? So I just push it and it'll lengthen the pulse. And then next we have a NOT gate. So that way it's turned on when we don't push the button. Next thing that we want is we want a I want a pass through. So I want it to say if you receive variable 2, output up orange, which is that one in the center, right? So now the very last thing that we should be able to do next is we have the pass through. Now we want a delay. Oops, delay. So what we want is say if you receive variable 2, to delay it 1 second, which is 20 ticks, and we want it to output up as white. So there we go. So our roof is made. If I stand on the pressure plate, let me check, make sure that the variables are right here. Okay, so what's that doing? That's doing is it's closing when I push that, and then opening again. I want it to do the opposite of that, which is why I had the NOT gate set up. Let me just find what it is. I've had to play with this NOT gate. I kind of understand it, so let me try variable 1. Okay, so now if I stand on this, now it goes away. All but this one right here. Oh, that's because this is powering that one. I understand. So that'll be just one little thing that we have to live with, and then this should go ahead and close. There it goes. And now, same thing. If we push the button down here, it opens up, we can fly out, go do what we're going to do, say we're going to come to our Thaumcraft tower, and then you can see our roof closed up. So now, say we want to get back in, we just go land on our pressure plate here, and there we go. Easy enough. Now we can get rid of the door. Why do we need a door? So let me go ahead and grab some clear glass here. And I have the axe on here, which it doesn't look like is doing very well. Oh, shovel works. And let's go ahead and I'm just going to expand it just a little bit so we have taller windows. Sounds nice. And I think this actually should be this here. Yeah. So that way it kind of matches. And go ahead and take this up. And there we go. So now we have no official door. We want to leave? It's through the roof. Literally. Okay. Same thing getting back down. Stand on the pressure plate. It'll open back up. And obsidian pressure plates only work for players, which is really nice. So even if a mob does get up here, it's not going to open my door or roof. And so I think next time what we might do is do maybe an add-on more farms over in that area. And with that, I think we do need to wrap it up. And I will see you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Everyone counts. And feel free to leave any comments on any of the videos. I do try to read them all, and if I can, respond. And with that, I will see you guys later.